where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow.
We are just off the shores of Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as we get set for football here at the always rockin' Cleveland Browns Stadium. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring.
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started.
And off we go from Cleveland.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
Leading them out, someone who's shown flashes of promise each of his first two seasons. Out of Western Kentucky, it's Mike White.
And when you watch him play, everything dialed in and finds that zone. Passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Let's go. Back.
On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just one.
Now 2nd and 9.
They run it again with Hill. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. White off play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. White. Under pressure, they got him again.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number 1.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from a big-time player on the defensive side of the ball.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And taken right at the 35.
A good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards.
And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a man who nearly broke the single-season rushing record for quarterbacks last season. A true dual threat out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly. Let him throw deep off of play action. You've got an all-star in the making.
Here we go.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Looks like right at the 40. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Off play action, Fields. This is taken in by McBride.
10. Mark him down at the 9. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Now it's Fields.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dragons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will get in to make it 8-0. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the
team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. White looks to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Fields. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go. Go.
Here's Fields.
Dancing to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
A gear for Walker running right.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Throw out wide to Walker.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger
From 8 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
Able to fight through one tackle.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Browns set to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Here's the second year back, Pierre Strong.
Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second down, here's Strong once more.
Shreds him with a stiff arm.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Second down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Keenum. That's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Keenum now on first down.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Back to throw, Keenum. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Milton Williams never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Play action. Here's Willis.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he returns this to the 22.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. 3rd down and 13. They'll run out of the gun here with Strong.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will have liked to have gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken it around the 40. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Willis.
And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. This is Ford. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jerome Ford
ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Keenum. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Strong.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess them there with the running play. They didn't fool them at all.
Went in the wrong direction.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point try now from Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
The highlights from the
Coach.
first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach. Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon Gott.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
To the air on first down, here's Willis. Hauled in on the out route by Melton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Willis. Another catch from Melton. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for the touchdown. Bo Melton with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dragons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. On first down, Keenum. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll toss it outright to Strong. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back near his goal line, here's Keenum. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Here's J.K. Scott now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. There he goes, right side. And this will be a touchdown. He goes 57 yards on the punt return. And the Dragons have got it on cruise control. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. Now he's loose again. And touchdown. Bo Melton, 82 yards. And the Dragons get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing is Keenum on third down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Taking it about the 36. And there he goes again. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Ford. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 63 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdowns.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Malik Willis.
14 yards.
And the Dragons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Keenum on first down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Milton Williams able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Gets it to Strong. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra play.
Oh, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Shedding through the defense.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter.
On first down, Keenum. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Keenum. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
That's taken on the 25.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter.
Ready.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Play action, Willis.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now Willis.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
They go play action with Willis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! Trey Palmer, 62 yards. And the Dragons continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there. But sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 25 yards that time.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Strong loses it on the hit.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked.
Micah Parsons in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Keenum going to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Milton Williams bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. Taken from just outside the 30. The solid stiff arm. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now Willis to throw. That's to the tight end, Musgrave.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Now Willis on the bootleg.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
One last throw for Keenum.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout out.